Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. This is the Right Wing. I think we're on like episode 23 now. We're way into it. I'm your host, Jarrod Wright. I'm super excited to bring this to you. It's a great Sunday night, Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, whatever you want to call it. It's 2 p.m. here. Beautiful day. It's actually, thank God, it's cooled off some. It's been blazing hot for months. And finally, this past 2 weeks, we've gotten cool weather. I've talked about it several times. I love the cold. It gets me so happy. We got crazy news this week. Crazy news as far as the Epstein emails being released all over the place. Luckily, I've been able to download them all. Have had a search engine for them all. It's been rather incredible. We're going to work on that. We're going to go through it. We're going to have your input as to what you want to see searched up. I think that's going to be probably the most exciting part of the show. I'm going to live search whatever y'all say. What words, what phrases, what names, what places do y'all want to see searched? We're going to dive into it. Now, I want to clarify before we get into this, this is not a full-on Epstein file release. This is emails from his property, from his email that were released this week. There are no images. There's nothing perverted. There's nothing sexual as far as images go, nothing like that. I don't want y'all to think that I'm sitting here scrolling through child porn to find what I find. There's nothing like that in these files. This is emails, this is PDFs, text files, and such that show what he actually said, what people sent to him, what were they talking about. But there are no images. There's nothing like that. I don't want y'all freaked out that that's going to pop up. That being said, this being an episode about Epstein, about the things that happened with him in general, I would still label this a PG-13 show. I mean, ultimately, there are some sexual things that will be talked about, and I don't want this to be something that's like widely broadcasted. Like, I don't want those 6-year-old kids listening to this. It's not for them, just to be honest. It's not. I want to put that disclaimer at the front of this because there are some disgusting sexual things that are talked about in some sense, and I don't want that broadcasted to children because I take a strong stance against that. I'm not for children being introduced to pornography or to sexual things at early ages or really at all. Um, I don't want that pushed on them. So just a forewarning before we dive into this. Um, yeah, what a week, honestly. These Epstein files have really thrown the world into a real loop. We've had Trump denounce Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm a big Marge fan, by the way. I love Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's a great woman, a great politician. And he's denounced her. He said she's not MAGA because of these Epstein files, because she said, I want these released, because she stands with what 90% of Americans saying they want these released. And Trump says he's not going to stand with that. He says, no more Marge. I'm pushing you out. Same with Thomas Massey. He says, you are not MAGA. You are not part of America. We're pushing you out, and we're going to run millions of dollars worth of ads against you. How evil is that? How evil is that? Because of these Epstein files, the Democratic hoax. That's what he says they are. And I'm sorry, you're implicated, Trump. You're a part of this. You're a part of the sex scandal ring, and you hate the fact that people are proving it. It's disgusting. Trump's disgusting at this point. I have no want to even associate myself with him. Not that I'm disgusted that I voted with him, for instance, but I mean, he was very anti-establishment candidate. But at this point, we have to denounce Trump and say, you know what? You're no more, President Trump. We don't care about you. The fact of the matter is, Trump will be impeached a year from today ish. As soon as these elections happen next year, the midterms, he will be impeached. The Democrats will control the Senate and the House. They will impeach him. He will no longer be president, and then J.D. Vance will take over. That's the fact of the matter. I guess technically it'll be January before that happens. That's the fact. I cannot stand behind Trump because at this point, I view him as evil. A lifelong Democrat turned Republican who says he's going to do things for us, and he never does. That's what Trump is. He tricked us by saying he was America first, by make America great again. He gave us these beliefs. He spoke out against the establishment at first in 2016 and 2015 and times around there. But now he is the establishment candidate. And now we have all of these Epstein files saying, hey, you're in them. You were implicated. You were a part of this. I will happily admit that I was wrong. For months, I've said I don't believe that Trump slept with children. This release of these Epstein emails makes us believe otherwise. And honestly, I'll happily be wrong. I took Trump's back in that instance. I said I think he was indirectly associated with these Epstein files, but I don't think he slept with children. But after reading through some of these emails, I don't think that's the case. So you'll have to bear with me throughout this episode. It's gonna be a little bit all over the place. Getting them up to my computer was such a pain in the butt. For whatever reason, they would not transfer in the same order that I saved them in. It was really annoying, actually. I'm gonna dive into what I found first, though. I'm gonna dive into what I found, what you probably heard about. We're gonna hit the major one first, and then we're gonna get in towards the end of the show. What do y'all want to see? What files do y'all want to see? What words do you want to see searched up? What places? What names? What topics? Are they in there? We're going to literally do a live search right here through a search engine and look at them, peek through them, and try to go through it. And it might get a little bit painstaking to some extent because a lot of them are duplicates. A lot of them are articles. A lot of them I've already searched. I've been diving into this pretty hard, but I do want to hear what y'all say. Go ahead and start putting what you want to see in there. I'll try to scroll back up and find exactly what you want to see searched up. I think it'll be interesting. Looks like we got quite a few viewers already. I'm gonna go ahead and switch us over to the dual screen here, and let's just dive into the. I'm gonna call it the animal at hand, the elephant in the room. This is the one everyone's heard about. This is the nasty one. Let me go ahead and pull this up so I can zoom in. First off, this is Mark Epstein to Jeff. So this is Epstein's brother Mark, and he's replying to him and he's talking about these files. And basically, this is what we get right here. Let me zoom in on it. Ask him if Vladimir Putin, has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. Let's just sit back. All right. We've all probably seen this at this point. If you're sitting here watching this episode, you've probably seen this and you're going, yeah, I've heard about this. What's the deal? Trump blowing Bubba. And you gotta wonder, is this who we're really talking? Is this legit? Are we serious right now? You say, who's Bubba? Bubba is Bill Clinton. That's been fairly common knowledge for, I would say, probably 2 decades. If you would like further proof, let me pull it up real quick. Sorry, I got them all over the place here. We're going to see lots of Epstein files. Oh, I had an article. Hope I can find it. I think this is it. Maybe not. Did it not save? Oh, here it is. Let's zoom in right here. This was an article specifically speaking about Bill Clinton, about Monica Lewinsky and such, and different names and such. And here's what we get. We get this idea of Bubba Butter. Do you see that right there? Bubba Butter. That was one of the names about the semen that was on the about the semen that was on the dress that essentially condemned Bill Clinton. It was his bodily fluids on Monica Lewinsky's dress. People called it Bubba Butter. This was, over 3 decades ago, actually. So this is your proof that, Bill Clinton was Bubba. And so you got to wonder, what exactly is going on here? What is the deal whenever we start talking about Bubba? Let's go back to the main document here. Trump blowing Bubba. Is there any other way that we can take that? I mean, just being honest. What could that possibly mean? Now, potentially, could this be a joke? I'm not going to put it past Epstein. He seems to be somewhat of a jokester. He seems to be somewhat of a, he likes to do that. But why is he just randomly emailing about this? I mean, you have lots of things about, let me scroll up. You and your boy Donnie can make a remake of the movie Get Hard. It's just kind of random things here. And you have to wonder, is this legit? Did Trump really give Bill Clinton a blowjob? Do we have the first confirmed gay president in office right now? I think Obama was gay. I think Michelle's Big Mike. But do we have the first confirmed gay president? Could this possibly be? And then you scroll back and you start looking at things like this, at pictures like this. What is Trump doing here? What is this? Let's scroll over. What is this picture right here? What do we got going on here? Let's just scroll down a little bit. Let's let you see this. These are odd occurrences. Can we agree with that? That these are odd at a minimum? What is the deal here? First off, he might have blown Bubba, and then he might be grabbing his junk right there. They're obviously friends. They've talked about golfing together. They, I can't get over this. This is the wildest accusation I have seen of any president in my time. I have to be honest. And it makes you wonder, what Trump constantly said. He says, well, I'm not in the files, da 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 da. We don't want to release the files. They're a Democratic hoax. And he goes on and on and on. Trump is all over these files. And I want to dive into this idea that he wasn't. Because I think one of our best pieces of information when it comes to Trump being in these files is Elon Musk back in May. And Elon quite literally comes out and says, hey, by the way, Trump is in these files. Trump is whatchamacallit in these files. I'm going to pull this picture up and transition y'all over to it. Time to drop the really big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason that they have not been made public. Have a nice day, Trump. Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. That's what Elon said. This is his exact tweet. You can see it pulled up. What happened that same week that you may ask? Let's see if I go back. This is what happened that same week. He shows up with a black eye as if he's been beat up. He says his child beat him up. We had to start asking more questions. This was pretty big knowledge then. This was a pretty big news story then, and it kind of faded out. Why did Elon have a black eye right after tweeting this, right after talking about this? This whole situation is so sketchy because I truly believe Trump is all over this. Trump's name is all over it. And Elon knows that Trump was in it. And my personal belief is that Trump found out in May that he was in these files. And he said, you know what? Before they become public, let's start scrolling. Let's figure out what all's in there. I'm going to order the courts not to release them. We're going to shut down the government. We're going to delay this as long as possible. And hopefully we can just absolutely, cover it up. That's my personal take. And ultimately that didn't happen. Heroes like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie push for this release. That's why I stand with them. Marge is a wonderful woman. She's from my district. I love Marge. So why did this not come to exactly like Trump planned? Because the American people pushed for this. Because heroes like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie said these Epstein files will be released no matter who is in them, whether that's Trump, whether that's other major contributors to society, other political leaders. It does not matter. We are releasing these files. You will pay for your crimes. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a hero. Do not let anybody say otherwise. So you should be able to see all that. Let's just keep diving into some of these files. I'm gonna switch back over here. Let me just pull some of them up because some of them I found incredibly odd. Speaking of Bill Clinton, I'm going to switch over here. Speaking of Bill Clinton, here's another one. And what's odd about these files, a lot of them come across as articles that are shared between them, between different senders and receivers and such. And so you have to kind of dive into them. But this one speaks about the relationship between Donald Trump and Bill Clinton. They were friends. And you would think for somebody who was an absolute, enemy in Hillary Clinton, that Trump wouldn't want to be friends with her husband, but yet he was. And this particular email, was sent in 2015. So at this point, more or less, it's kind of known that Trump and Clinton would be going up against one another. And it says that former President Bill Clinton and real estate magnate Donald Trump reportedly had a phone conversation in May, only weeks before Trump launched his campaign. And according to the Washington Post, Clinton called Trump in May and encouraged his efforts to become more influential within the GOP, the Grand Old Party. according to many Trump allies. What does this mean? This means Bill was pushing for Trump to run. Trump's a lifelong Democrat. He's always been a liberal. And he ran on the Republican ticket. And he was not elected because he was a Republican, but because he was anti-establishment. In 2016, he was anti-establishment, and we loved it. We said, we're done with this crap. And so he ran under that premise, and we voted for it. And I still stand behind that. But whenever people like Bill Clinton are pushing for Trump to run, this is literally Trump's number one opponent's husband, former President Bill Clinton, potential former lover Bill Clinton, telling him you should run under the Republican ticket. That's saying we want you to run under the Republican ticket in the Democrat's name. That's why he encouraged it. And it kind of implicates Trump in ways that we never actually realized, and in a lot of ways that we are embarrassed of. And when it comes to Trump, we're just going to keep diving into these files. I'm just going to scroll through them, honestly. It's disgusting. Here's another one. This one was sent from Epstein. Let me just scroll up so you can see it. This was sent to G Max. I believe that's Ghislaine. Let's just zoom out. I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Virginia spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned by the police chiefs, etc., so on and so forth. The dog that's never barked. What do we think that is? That means he is the person within all of these things who does not go running to the police, who does not reveal what's happening because he loves it. Because he loves it. He does not bark to the police. He doesn't reveal what they're doing. He wants it to keep on going. That's what they're saying. That's what Ghislaine is saying. Why does Trump want her pardoned? Because he's the dog that never barks. He's on their side through the whole thing. And he's trying to kiss her butt the whole time. How disgusting is that? Just gonna keep on going through them. One by one, you know? Let's see what we got here. Let's flip it over and read. This is from Michael Wolff to Jeffrey Epstein. I think that you should let him hang himself, speaking about Trump. This is in 2015, by the way. This is right after the election, right after he was elected. If he says that he hasn't been on the plane or to the House, then that gives you a valuable PR and political currency. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you. Or if it really looks like he could win, you could save him generating a debt. Of course, it is possible that when asked, he'll say Jeffrey is a great guy and he's gotten a raw deal and is victim of political correctness, which is to be outlawed in the Trump regime. So people are understanding and they're saying, look, you have some real power over this guy. He's running for president. At this point, if I'm not mistaken, he's elected, is he not? No, he would not have been elected. This is early in the campaign. I'm sorry. 2017, he went into office. So he's not elected yet, but they're saying if this guy gets elected, you have some real power over him. Israel has some real power over him. Maybe we could use that for our advantage. That's what's being said there. Do you understand that? They're saying that, hey, there's something real here. Let's go into this one here. Dive into the next one. This talks about Mar-a-Lago. Trump saying, he asked me to resign, although I was never a member. This is coming from Epstein. Of course, Trump knew about the girls. He asked Ghislaine to stop. Are you seeing this? This is from Epstein too, the same person, Michael Wolff. Trump knew about the girls. He knew about what was happening at Mar-a-Lago. Trump was in on this the whole time, guys. This is 100% disproving Trump's whole thing that's saying, oh, I'm not a part of this. Oh, I didn't know about it. This is all fake. No, Trump was in on it. Trump was enjoying it. Trump was part of the fruits of this. He was the one diving into it. Oh, we already went over that one. This one was very interesting. Going to the next one. This is from Jeff. Again, this is from Epstein. Recall, I have told you, I have met some very bad people, but none as bad as Trump. Not one decent cell in his body. So yes, he's dangerous. We have to think about this. Jeffrey Epstein, arguably the most disgusting individual that we can think of in our lifetimes, says that Trump is the nastiest person he's met. That Trump is the dirtiest person without a good cell in his body. And he's played this whole thing off like he's the good guy. Like he's the one trying to help us. Like he's the one trying to save America. And the whole time, he is the villain. This is like a movie. This is like the thriller at the end. And you find out who the bad guy is. And it's the guy who you prayed was the good guy the whole time. You thought was the good guy. He slipped under the radar. He had power. And he's the bad guy the whole time. It's like a movie. This is Trump. He is the bad guy. Do we need to go look at it again? What does it say? None as bad as Trump. Nobody as bad as Trump. He's the most disgusting. He is the one who causes the most issues. That's what Jeffrey Epstein, known sex provocateur, child sex trafficker, prostitute hirer, says about Trump. None as bad as Trump. Is that not pretty damning evidence? Would you not say that, hey, this is pretty disgusting? This is what our most disgusting person has to say about our hero? That's weird. That's odd. What do we get? What do we keep on going? What do we get? Let's just go to the next one. Let's just keep on going. Let's just keep scrolling through what I've dove into here. Would you like the photos of Donald and the girls in bikinis in my kitchen? What? What? How disgusting is that? Talk about these little girls in bikinis and Donald's posing with them. We know he ran Miss America. We know he ran that whole competition with Erica Kirk. He's always loved young women in bikinis and in very revealing clothing. It's all coming out to light now. We're all seeing this. It's tearing me apart from the inside. Honestly, I hate to be the one to see it and have to reveal it, but here we are. This is possibly my favorite one. This is the funniest one of all of them. Let's just read this one. So, have them ask my houseman. This is from Jeffrey Epstein. Have them ask my houseman about Donald almost walking through the door, leaving his nose print on the glass as young women were swimming in the pool, and that he was so focused on them, he ran straight into the door. He was so focused on these young women swimming that he ran into a glass door. Do you know how disgusting, how lustful, how awful that is? This is from Jeffrey. He's saying, hey, literally, go ask somebody else. I promise this is true. Donald ran into a glass door trying to get to the young women in the pool. That's the mindset that our president has. As he says he's not in these Epstein files, as he says he's not whatsoever associated with Epstein. Epstein did not like Trump. You're right. The liberals and the Republicans, all of them are right. They didn't like, Epstein didn't like Trump. But he kept doing it because it was blackmail, and he realized all the power that he had. That's the whole point of these files, is he realized the power that he had, he realized the things that he could say, and he realized all this stuff. Let's just keep scrolling here. Let's just scroll over to this one. It's getting scary, the stories that you could tell. This is in the midst of Trump's presidential campaign. And what does Epstein say? He says, oh man, the stories that I could tell about this guy, the stories that I could reveal about this guy. It's pretty damning stories. Are we being honest? It's pretty intense stuff, right? Let's just skip forward to the next one. Down here at the bottom from Jeffrey Epstein. Yes, thanks. It's wild. Because I am the one who would be able to take him down. Jeffrey had all of the incriminating evidence about Trump. He's the one who had all the evidence that said, hey, Trump, I could get you. Need I remind you who Jeffrey Epstein killed himself under? What administration? It was Trump's in 2019. Trump said, oh, it's Hillary involved. That was what was alluded to. That's what the Republicans pushed. And guess who was actually involved? It was Trump. It was under his administration, under his Department of Justice, that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. He was magically wiped off the face of this earth. Whether he's alive or dead, we know he didn't kill himself. Trump did not want this information getting out, and he knew Epstein would leak it. Because if emails like this, where Jeffrey knew he was the one who could incriminate him, he was the one who could do this to Trump, he was the one that could end it all for Trump. But nothing happened. That's just the reality of it. Lost my folder here. Let me pull that back up. It's crazy information when you dive into this. Got to put it back up. It's all crazy. And there's one more connection I want to make. Let's see where we're at here. We're doing pretty all right on time. There's one more connection I'd like to make. Obviously, Trump's in them. We can dive more into this whole Trump thing if y'all want to. I'm all for it. We've been going for a little bit. Y'all know I'm not a supporter of J.D. Vance. Y'all know that I don't like him. Y'all know I don't like his little grooming agent, Peter Thiel. But guess who's implicated within this? Shall we dive in more? Shall we? I mean, honestly, shall we? Oh, what do we got? Let's share screen. It went away. Is this it? Yeah, here we go. From Jeffrey Epstein. Y'all see that? From Jeffrey Epstein to Peter Thiel. What? Right here, underneath Peter Thiel. Would be cool to meet him sometime, but don't go all the way to make this happen. They're emailing back and forth. This is just number one. Let's keep on going. Oh, from Jeff to Peter Thiel. That was fun. See you in 3 weeks. What? They're friends? Peter Thiel denies this, by the way. But yet they had fun together, and they're going to see each other again in 3 weeks. What could be going on there? Oh, we got on that page. That's not the picture we wanted. Is that all of them? I thought I had one more. Perhaps I don't. So Peter Thiel is in communication consistently with Jeffrey Epstein. Peter Thiel was a grooming agent for J.D. Vance, James Donald Bowman, whatever you want to call him. Peter Thiel is the one who created that. Peter Thiel is implicated in the Jeffrey Epstein files and these emails. He was a part of this. He had fun with Epstein, if that's what you want to call it. How nasty is that? This whole administration is dirty. It's time we do something about it. Call them out on it. Do not fall for this Democratic hoax bullcrap. These came from the files of Jeffrey Epstein. That's what the reality of this whole situation is. These came from those files. Let me try to find my situation here. In the meantime, while I try to pull up the search engine, it's time for y'all's input. I want to see what words I want to have searched. I'm going to start scrolling through comments and such. Let me get my search engine pulled up because this is important. Oh, I see why now. Okay. I'm on the wrong search engine. No wonder. Let's pull these bad boys up. So if you haven't put your comments in, go ahead and put them in. I want to see them. I want to dive into them. It's going to be good. Okay. I have to pull my phone up here. Switching back and forth between Safari and Chrome is such a pain in the butt. I don't know if y'all go through that. Let me go pull up this. Because I know I have it pulled up. Let's do this. Okay, should have it now. Sorry about that, guys. We're going to pull up the database because it's fun. We're going to start searching the words y'all want. If you haven't dropped one in the comments, of any comments, whether you're on YouTube, Rumble, X, or Instagram, put them in the comments. I should be able to see it. We're going to start diving through them. Let's switch over here. I'll start scrolling. I'm up pretty high on the Instagram. We're going to see. We got several people on here. Let's see what words y'all want searched. I have not seen anything yet. 2 hours later? What are you talking about? Second gay prez is crazy. That's funny. I have not seen any more words. Where y'all put them at? You know what? While y'all putting that in there, I do want to show something else, actually. I do want to show something else. Let's dive into something. The whole thing with Epstein is actually quite interesting, simply off the fact that he had some weird paintings in his house. Have y'all seen the paintings in his house? All right. Let's dive into this right here. This painting was in Epstein's house. If you don't know, this is a painting of Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky's dress. Essentially, Epstein saying, "Hey, Bill, I know what you did. I have the information proving it." What you want to tie all this together with? How about this picture? How about this painting that was also in his house? This is George W. Bush with a paper plane and 2 towers knocked over and a second plane on the ground. This was in Epstein's house. I've known about this for a little bit. I haven't really shared it. Not been a great method of sharing it, but I mean, this tells you how involved Epstein was. He knows about Bush being involved in 9/11. Same with Bill being involved with Monica Lewinsky. He knows about all of it, and it's nasty. Um, it is what it is. Let's see if we got any words on here. What did he do to his daughter? What? Uh, grab him by the yes. If y'all haven't put your words in here, I'm scrolling from the very top, so I haven't seen much yet. Come on, tell me what words I want to use. It looks like somebody said Ivanka. Let's just go over here and let's just search for Ivanka. Because I don't know if she was implicated or not in any of this. Like I said before, we have to understand is a lot of this has to do with like lots of articles. And so you have to try to find specific emails. What is this? Trump's daughter. See, this is like the random stuff that you have to kind of scroll through when you search this thing. What is this? Trump understands that Jarrod and Ivanka have to go. What is this? I saw Spicer in previous this week appear to say that non-family staffer Trump cannot function this thing. I'll become a Republican. Just take him down. Not much there. It's a lot of random emails, so we have to kind of scroll through. That's why I wanted y'all's words. What do y'all want to have searched up here? We're searching Ivanka right now. Better connected, and that Jarrod and Ivanka are his interlocutors. Odd. Like I said, lots of odd things with these emails. Jarrod and Ivanka need to go. Yeah. Not a ton there. Y'all want to see what we look up when we see Bill? That's fine. Let's go back over here to Bill. God help, we can't go through all this. Oh, it's gonna pull up all the bills. Okay, let's just look at Bill Clinton, because I'm assuming that's what y'all mean. God, still 595 emails. Specifically about Bill Clinton's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, are we kidding? They're obviously connected a lot if there's this many articles written about them. If you really want to dive into this, when I start talking about Bubba, that's when you get more personalized results. What is this? I have a feeling that if anyone really investigates the crop of liberal hypocrites in power today, they would find who were the real dirty old men of the party. Bubba Clinton is the first one to be exposed. That's interesting. So a lot of this stuff is like kind of random conversation you have to kind of dive into. Obviously, this is the one we looked at earlier. Ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. What do we think about that? It's just wild emails here. All the rest about Trump blowing Bubba. Let's go back. What other words do we want to see, boys and girls? Pizza. That's a good word. That's a good word. I think I looked at this one a little bit. Brooklyn pizza joint gunned down. Is this not? Is Spumoni Pizza not where Pizzagate was? Is that not the whole Pizzagate thing? And they're emailing about the articles released about it. That's interesting. When he talks about pizza, and immediately brings up the whole Pizzagate issue. I worked at City Pizza for a little while, but I retired and splurged. What? City Pizza? I'm pretty sure that was part of it. I don't know. Anything with the word pizza is very interesting. What is this? I don't know what that is. This is the hard part. When you get 20,000 emails, things come up. Like, here's some dude named Joseph Pizza that's on these things. Like, who is this? What does this have to do with it? Like, data total? I don't even know what this is. Some guy named Joseph Pizza all over these things. What is it? The world's most important pizza party? This is before I think even the Pizzagate started. A lot of this stuff is weird. We ordered some pizza. What is this? Oh, this is another article. This is also the annoying part, is all the articles in here. But not a ton about pizza. Only 31 results there. Not too bad. What are the words y'all want to see? I want to hear y'all's words. Scrolling through here. What are the words y'all want to see searched up? Put them in the chat below if you want to see different words. Does it say Bubba anywhere else? I'm wondering why Bill and Hillary Clinton keep delaying their depositions for the House Oversight Committee. Been waiting for that. They're both just sort of odd characters, for being honest. They both do weird things. Bill and Hillary are both implicated in a lot of these different files. I think they're pretty disgusting as a family. I don't like Hillary. I really don't like Bill, especially knowing he might be gay. Yeah, that whole thing's interesting. Does it say Bubba anywhere else? I mean, we can look for more on Bubba. Let's see if we can find Bubba over here. I think we looked all the Bubbas up, right? Bubba Butter, I showed y'all that one. Bubba Clinton. What is this? This is interesting. I didn't look at this one earlier on the stream. Dissections of handwritten flight logs for the financier's private 727 aircraft that frequently capture Bubba at 30,000 feet, and extensive allegations from a woman, Virginia Roberts, who claims she was Epstein's sex slave as a teenager, and whose recollection places the former commander-in-chief on Orgy Island in 2002 to participate in a sexual romp, possibly with women who are not yet of age. That's interesting. What is this even from? Let's scroll to the top of this. This is somebody sending Jeff an email about this sex scandal and potentially an article written on it. So, I mean, these people know that Bubba is Bill Clinton, if we're being honest here. These people are all about Bubba being Bill Clinton. It's pretty disgusting. He comes up several different times. And this, we saw there's 8 different things in all of. It's like Bubba is his like sex name. It's like every time Bubba's mentioned, it has to do with him doing something disgusting and sexual, and not within his own marriage. Let's just keep diving in through here. Obama equals pizza. We can look at Obama. I haven't looked at Obama's yet. Let's see. Oh, let's look for Obama. God, 400 results, boys and girls. That's a lot. I don't think we're going to be able to get through all the Obama ones. There's not really a good way of cycling through this here. We have one by one, which is what I spent some time doing. Yeah, Obama's a tough one there. Any other words y'all have? Bill Gates. That's an interesting one. Bill Gates. No, not Bill Gates. Bill Gates. Seminar on money? This is interesting. All these people pretty rich seem to be going to some sort of seminar. That seems interesting at a minimum. Seminar on money. The hard part with this, you just have to dive into these different articles and look at them and try to figure out what it's speaking of. If it's an article, if it's an email, what is it? A lot of these are so many. There's so many emails that they just sent back and forth with articles in them. What is this? Bill Gates was backing these PE guys, put their money in private hospitals in India and Africa. Pretty interesting stuff. What are the Trump money guys saying now? This is from Landon Thomas to Jeffrey. Odd stuff. It's odd stuff where they talk about all these different people. Lots of emails. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Yeah, that's the hard part with all this. What else we got? Other words. Why won't I click on any of the Obama emails? Because they're all freaking randomness, dude. Like, look, you want me to click on the Obama emails? I'm not an Obama fan, but look, do you want to look through this? Barack Obama's foreign policy. Obama administration has sharpened its tone. Like, there's nothing. So I'm saying there's 464 things where Obama's in it. Do you want me to go through and click every single email? I can't go do that. You have to kind of scroll through here and click. What is this one? Kathy is an attorney who formerly served to President Barack Obama. Okay, that's damning evidence right there. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's you can't just die. I wonder if we got anything about Big Mike. That's what I want to see. We got Big Mike in here. Big Mike, come on, show me something. No, we don't see nothing here. It won't actually pull up Big Mike. Let me do this. This will be funny. If something came up. Nothing with Big Mike. Let's see if we got anything with Michelle. Did I spell Michelle wrong? See, and like you go on these things, it's just like list of people sometimes. What is this list of people? Sheet 1. Palm Beach accountants by average monthly consumption. What? This is why I don't click on all of them because it's kind of dumb in a lot of ways. That's why I don't click on any of the Obama links. No. But yeah, y'all just, I mean, I'm gonna sit here and talk for a second. Oh, I think it's important to talk. These Epstein files are interesting. I appreciate y'all all tuning in. Put your responses in. If you want to see something searched up, go put it in there. I'll search it up. I'll see if there's anything interesting and damning within there. Like I said, I've spent like a good amount of time looking through these, searching through them, trying to find some interesting stuff. There's not like craziness besides what we've talked about. A lot of the stuff has already been brought up. If you missed it, rewatch the show from the beginning. I went through a lot of the things that I did find. But the hard part with this is so many articles. There's so many randomness. I mean, imagine if somebody went through your texts. Like, let's be honest. I mean, I don't think we're as bad as Jeff or as Donald. But we probably all said some dumb stuff over text messages sometimes. But how often is that? If you sent 20,000 text messages, how many of them are like criminal? It's hard to search through. How many times have I said the word Trump on text message and it had nothing to do with anything that he's been involved in? That's what we have to think about with all of this stuff. And I hate it. I mean, I want to dive into this. I want to learn more and figure out some of this stuff. But, it can be tough. So just keep putting what you want to see searched. I mean, I'll stand here. If you also, this is another one. If you have any questions that you want to see, any comments or questions about the Epstein files, about Trump, about Marjorie Taylor Greene, about politics as a whole, put them down in the chat. I'll try to answer them at the end, dive through them. I'm seeing something for Mossad. That's an interesting one. Let's go dive into Mossad a little bit. Let's see what we got in Mossad here. 184? Good Lord. Mossad sits with Israel, it says. Let's do Mossad, just Mossad. I don't want to see all of Israel's responses. What is this? We also engaged in secret diplomacy in the hopes of reducing one of the obvious risks in such an attack, a conflict with Jordan, which we'd have to overfly to reach Iraq. The Mossad had a unit called Tavel, a kind of shadow foreign ministry for states with which we had no formal relations with. In both sides' interests, we had to channel backdoor communications. That's random. What is this even about? What? Holy cow, this is a long one. It's like a whole article here. That's odd. Okay. And then we all know Mossad's pretty evil. So it's pretty hard to dive into some of this stuff. Let's see. What is this? It might be worthy recalling that I don't even know how to say that name. Meir Dagan, the former head of Israel's Mossad spy agency, declared last month that attacking Iran would be a stupid idea. He suggested that his main worry was not Iran itself, but Netanyahu's susceptibility to dangerous adventure. When was this? When was this one sent? Does this have a date on it? June 2011. Fast forward 14 years, we bomb freaking Iran like a bunch of idiots. So, yeah, there's Mossad's there. Keep putting words down. These whole files, I mean, I think we see the implication of Trump within them. We see this disgustingness of Trump in a lot of ways. We see other people. I mean, there's lots of people. Like I said, Peter Thiel was involved with them. I don't like Peter Thiel. Most of y'all don't like Peter Thiel. It's a lot of people that you go, what in the world is going on here? Let's just keep on scrolling. Princess Diana is mentioned. I don't know. Let's go see. Let's go see Princess Diana. Let's just type in Diana and see what pops up. We may try Princess Diana too. 72 responses. We'll scroll through them. Like I said, a lot of documentaries. Oh, random articles and such. What is this? I don't think. No, that's Diane. That's not Diana. A lot of Dianas here. Did I put Diana? Yeah, I did. Okay. A lot of Dianes. What in the world? I put Diana. That's not her. Barbara Walters. Princess Diana. Let's just try Princess. Let's narrow this down. 33 responses. What is this? This is the article. Same one we saw a second ago. Oh, this is interesting. Jeffrey Epstein is sitting with his arm around Diana at a dinner at the Serpentine Gallery while she's wearing her revenge dress because Prince Charles was acknowledging his love for Camilla Bowles. Perhaps that has something to do with it. I don't know. When it goes into Princess Diana stuff, I don't go super deep into that. My knowledge is not super deep. I don't speak a ton about it. That's why I don't know a ton about it. I'm not going to claim that I do. I don't see much in there about her. Maybe I missed it somewhere. Perhaps that's always a possibility. Good question though. Princess Diana is a good one. That's a deep pool. Andrew Windsor. All right, let's go look for Andrew Windsor. Who is this? Good night. Oh, never mind. It's Prince Andrew. No wonder. I was wondering. Sorry if I'm not talking. It's hard to read and talk and figure out what these are about. Oh, what is this? Prince Andrew. Here. Today, when anyone types in your name, a majority of the first few pages of the results are references to the charges to pedophilia, to Prince Andrew, to unflattening. This is just an article again. I wish we could filter like by actual email sent, but because these are in PDF file to search by word, You can't. So you have to go through each and every single one of the 20,000 files really to do that. There's just not a great way of doing it. What is this? Prince Andrew is walking in Central Park with Jeffrey Epstein. That's interesting. That's somewhat odd when you start hanging out with these people and walking through parks with them. A lot of stuff with Prince Andrew here. What is this? This is like an email potentially. Andrew's suite. I think we might have reached about the end of it there. I don't know. Lots of weird stuff there. What else we got? Prince Andrew is a good one. Prince Harry. I love the British government, don't you? I love the British government. I think they're pretty intertwined with a lot of this stuff. Prince Harry. Harry Potter. Jeffrey Epstein's a Harry Potter fan, apparently. You wouldn't have expected that. Harry Fish. There's so much randomness in here. Harry Potter house. What cost? I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, I don't see anything by Prince Henry. Sorry. Trump said Green lost her way. Yeah, she opened up her eyes. She really did. That's honestly the case. Marjorie is such a good woman. I mean, like I said before, Marge is from my district. She's awesome. I know several people who know her personally, who love Marge, who say she's great. She loves America. She truly puts this nation first. Is there anything more we can ask at this point? Do you love this country? Do you say Christ is king? Do you put this country first? Sadly, we can't say that about our president. He doesn't say Christ is king. He's Jewish. He does not put this country first. He puts Israel first. And it's pretty debatable as to whether or not he loves his country because everything he does seems to be detrimental to it. So whenever somebody like that denounces Marjorie, who do we stand with? Do we stand with the person who's a Jewish, satanic, loving, non-America loving person? Or do we stand with somebody who's like, America first, Christ is king. I stand for this country. Israel shouldn't have control over Americans. Who do we stand for, guys? I stand with Marjorie Taylor Greene every single time. Sorry, Trump. You haven't earned that. You haven't done anything worthy of it. Why should I believe you? Yeah, in 2016, you're pretty based. But now it's like, no, you're not. All you care about is Israel. All you care about is new wars. All you care about is your own pocket or protecting your own legacy within these files that we're looking through, within these emails, which is all over. Yeah, but you care about the pictures that Putin has where you apparently blowing Bubba. That's what you care about. You don't care about America. You care about your own legacy. I think that's nasty. I think it's disgusting. Yeah, I can't get behind it. Let's see. Elon Musk. That's an interesting one. I want to keep diving into these for a little bit, guys. I'm not going to be on here super long. Let's just type in Elon and see if anything pops up. Hard to get there. Elon and Bill Gates. That's interesting. Putting together. 29 results. Not a lot. It looks like all articles about him. Yeah, all articles on Elon. Alex Dondrovich is an interesting one. Alex, I think he's spelled like this. No, nothing on him. Different people each time. Calvary Church. I'll look him up. I don't know anything about him. Yeah, nothing on Calvary Church. Sorry about it. A lot of interesting emails as we go through them. So I'm happy y'all gave y'all's request. These have been out for like 3 days now, so I think we've gotten a pretty good idea of what's on there, what to expect, what to dive into. Yeah, we're gonna probably wrap it up now. I'm happy y'all tuned in. I'm happy you're here. Yeah, this is obviously a pretty disgusting. This wasn't like a super clip and show episode. This was like, hey, let's search through these emails. Let's do it together. Let me show you what I found. This wasn't like a me ranting as much. This was more of a, hey, we're going to look through these things together and see and show you that Trump is implicated. If you're still backing Trump, we got to stop. We got to dive off that. We got to get off of it. It's disgusting. It's terrible. I don't stand with it. He's a child pedophile. I 1 week ago, I didn't believe that. Now I believe it 100%. He's a child pedophile. He loved everything Epstein did, and now he's trying to backtrack and sweep it under the rug. He is probably involved in Epstein's suicide. It's not who we thought he was. That's what Trump. He's not at all what we thought, what we were hoping for. None of it. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you're watching after the fact, I hope you're here. You're enjoying it. You're diving into it. This are interesting at the least, to say the least. All we can say is Christ is king through this. If you haven't accepted Jesus Christ, I hope you accept him. I hope you dive into him. I hope you love him. That's first and foremost. Christ is king. That's our politics. Christ is king. That's the beginning of it. Because we need Christ in this country. If you haven't accepted Jesus Christ, you should know how much he loves you. That's all I got to say about that. You should know, like, he loves you. He died for you. He rose again for you. That you need to dive into that and accept him. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for tonight. Super short episode. We dove through those emails. We got some good responses in there. So I appreciate all y'all. And